Hi, everybody. This is Keith with New Groove, and Beth and I are hanging out in New Braunfels down along the Guadalupe River. It's me, Beth, got the bunnies with us. Everything's fabulous down here. It is really a beautiful place to be. But today I want to talk about the transfer of energy in all of these trees around me. I love the trees. I think they're just the greatest thing ever. But they remind me of the food web. And the food web is a concept that describes how energy is transferred between organisms within an ecosystem. It's way more complicated than that, but I just want to talk about energy and the transfer of energy. When I think about trees, I think about all of the really great things that they produce. Oxygen, there's fruit, there's nuts, there's flowers. They provide shade and shelter. They even help to create rain through transpiration. They are just really a great part of the ecosystem and our environment at large. But they also consume. And so this theory of the food web is talks about producers and consumers of energy, food, things like that. The trees are both a producer and a consumer. As a consumer, they are taking in water and minerals, sunlight, and they take all of this stuff in. They take in CO2 to help produce oxygen, and then they give it back to the environment. So that's a transfer of energy. So I just want to think about us as if we are a tree and we're producing and consuming at the same time. So we are consuming other people's energy and we are producing our own energy that we are giving to others. Are you an overproducer, maybe? So again, back to the trees. Trees, they produce fruit and nuts and leaves and all of these great things. They don't necessarily do it all the time. Sometimes they take a break from it. Like you'll see a lot of trees in the wintertime, they drop their leaves. There's no fruit, there's no nuts. But during that time, they are growing really strong roots. That way, they can weather the storm or bad weather, or if there's not enough rain, they can survive through these kind of small crises. As a person, are you overproducing to the point where you're not caring for yourself? So you're giving so much energy to everybody else that's around you. You're not caring for yourself and taking time to grow your deep roots so that you can weather a, a storm of some kind. Maybe it's just a brief period of depression or anxiety or all of the things that we all deal with. Maybe you're an overconsumer. And so you are taking more energy than you're giving back. And you may not even realize you're doing that. But as a person, we just need to be aware that we are consuming and producing energy all the time. We don't want to overproduce to the point that it hurts us. And we don't want to overconsume to the point that it also hurts us. We can overconsume negative energy, and that really begins to impact our mental healthiness. You might need to be aware that you've got friends and they're willing to help you and be there for you, but there are times they're going to need to set a boundary because they can't always produce good energy. They can't take in an unlimited amount of negative energy without caring for themselves. So there might be some boundary setting, but just be aware of that. Where do you fit in the consumption and production of energy? It's really critical to your mental healthiness to make sure that there's a good balance there and that you are consuming enough good energy so that you can produce energy. You're able to care for yourself. You're able to grow strong roots. You're able to weather some periods where it's difficult. So just be aware of that. Be sure and take care of yourself. If you're interested in any more of our seminars and talks or being in a place like this and sitting and talking through some of these things, just give us a shout and let us know. We're going to be here in New Braunfels for a bit. We're going to be back in Dallas for a bit. And then we're going to be off to maybe the Smoky Mountain area or back to Pensacola in October. So have a great day. It's Keith with New Group.